Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. So come on in, grab a glass of wine. We'll be here for about an hour or less. It's on air. Suspected CEO assassin has been named, and I couldn't resist looking at the chat. Gia Papaya, you were correct. I was going to say it before you had even put that in the chat. You were right. He's Italian. Let me just go ahead and put up his picture right now. Let's do this. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can keep it up there. All right, so hang on. Fair use commentary. I'll bring it up. There we go. His name is Luigi Mangione. He is facing 5 charges in Pennsylvania. So it was the work of the Altoona police in conjunction with a very alert McDonald's employee who noticed Luigi after he had ordered and he was sitting there. He called and they apprehended him. He was found with multiple ID with a weapon that would match the description of what is part of the investigation. He was a valedictorian. He went to Ivy League graduate school. He's smart. He was an engineer. And his roommate says that he was normal. Yeah. He also left a manifesto. He did. Let me make sure that I'm live on Instagram. I hadn't done that. And let's see if I can do it for Facebook. Yeah. Here we go. So I'm going to do my best to just, kind of get through all this, these articles. But yeah. He certainly had that look about him behind the mask. He has various looks. He does. I mean, all the same, but he certainly likes to smile at the cameras. Mm-hmm. A lot of his pictures, he's smiling. Mm-hmm. Luigi, such a gangster name, you say. Mm-hmm. Luigi. It's just hard to imagine, but not really. He wouldn't fit that typical profile that even the police were saying, even the detectives, his background. But there were many clues there. Yeah. So let's just kind of get into it. This is a picture shown from CNN, and let's just go through some of these live updates. What we know so far: Luigi Mangione is the suspect in the killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson was ordered held without bail and did not enter a plea in his first court appearance today in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. He faces 5 charges, including 1 felony count of forgery and 1 felony count of carrying a firearm without a license, according to the criminal complaint. Mangione was arrested on a gun charge after being picked up while eating at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, following an employee calling the cops. NYPD Chief of Detectives said the 26-year-old had multiple fake IDs and a 3D printed gun with a suppressor, according to officials. Now, I'm just not familiar with this weapon. I wouldn't really have any reason to be, but 3D printed gun. So it's the kind of weapon he put together. Altoona police said when officers asked Mangione if he had been to New York recently, he became visibly nervous and started kind of shaking. Authorities said the suspect has been in the state for several days. He was also in possession of this document railing against the healthcare industry. So let's look for the most recent update. 30 minutes ago, suspected gunmen made an apparent reference to UnitedHealthcare in manifesto, sources say. The suspected gunmen appeared to make a reference to the UnitedHealthcare, writing that United is one of the largest companies by market capitalization in the United States, according to law enforcement. There is no mention of Thompson specifically. Luigi Mangione is being held at the State Correctional Institution in Huntingdon, Corrections Department says. The suspect in the killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson has arrived at the State Correctional Institution there in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania. Maria Bivens, Pennsylvania Department of Corrections press secretary, told CNN on Monday evening. SCI Huntington, it's called, is Pennsylvania's oldest state correctional institution in continuous operations. So during the press conference this afternoon, it was mentioned that they want to bring him back, to New York. Yeah. So how they are going to do that, because he was charged there in Pennsylvania with the gun charge, possession. And the FBI and the NYPD are there in Pennsylvania right now. So the evidence obtained by police during the search of Luigi will be sent to New York, sources say. Much of the evidence officials obtained when they searched Luigi Mangione on Monday, including the multiple fake IDs, will be sent to New York when the suspect is transported back there, a law enforcement official told CNN. Although it's unclear when the gun found in Mangione's backpack will be sent to New York. Again, because they're charging there in Pennsylvania. Investigators will be executing search warrants on all of Mangione's known home addresses, and will look to collect electronic devices and anything else that could be evidence or point to motive. Now, I understand that they have blocked off the entrance way to where his parents are staying. So they will be searching for a lot of clues. But it appears, he is the suspect. And everything points that he is the assailant in this crime. Yeah. So one of his former roommates had this to say: "It's unfathomable. The idea that Luigi Mangione is the suspect in this killing." His former roommate, his name is R.J. Martin, also told Aaron Burnett on Monday night, that's a CNN reporter. Martin said he's beyond shocked by the news. Martin also said the two, who had lived in a co-living and co-working community in Hawaii, weren't just roommates, they were friends. I mean, look at these pictures. He had quite a social media. And by the way, he had YouTube channels. Those have all been removed. There was someone, once it was announced that he was the suspect, someone made a YouTube channel, or they switched the name of their YouTube channel to his name and impersonated him. Yeah. By saying something like this: "If you're watching this YouTube, I've been captured." Yeah. And YouTube quickly removed that channel for impersonation. I'll go on. So his roommate said that he was a very thoughtful person, communicated really well, was friendly, had good relationships with everyone. He was even in some ways a bit of a leader. Martin said he interviewed Mangione before he moved in to make sure that he was a good fit. During the interview, Mangione told Martin he had a back issue. When I first interviewed him before he moved in, he said, "I remember he had a back issue and he was hoping to get stronger in Hawaii," he said. Martin said Mangione took a basic surf lesson that ended up leaving him in bed for about a week. Again, he had friends. He appeared to be normal. He was quite astute. Yeah, so again, Meta removed his Facebook, also accounts belonging to the suspect in the fatal shooting. So on Monday, Facebook account and Instagram account belonging to the suspected gunman in the fatal shooting. The company, again, removed those. But here it is. So he's sitting there in McDonald's, and the police, approach him. He gave the officer, one of the fake IDs and fake name. But when they asked him if he had been to New York, it was then that he started shaking visibly. Yeah. Let me just make sure. Yes, it was a McDonald's worker that reported him. So he or she, I don't know which one, would make him the person eligible for the reward as well. Again, Luigi faces 5 charges and he did not enter a plea and is being held without bail. So let's see what else is being said. Quite a bit. Let's go on to something more. So in this arrest, he's 26 years old. He'll be charged with a firearm, and he was publicly identified as the person of interest. The New York Police Department said, again, the man was being held near Altoona, Pennsylvania. Again, after an employee at a local McDonald thought he looked suspicious and called police. So at this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in this brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown. Jessica Tisch, who is the NYPD Commissioner, said at a press conference along with Mayor Eric Adams. Tisch identified the person of interest as Luigi Mangione. The commissioner said he had a 3-page manifesto on his person that speaks to his possible alleged motivation and mindset in the killing. A police criminal complaint charged him with forgery, carrying firearms without a license, tampering with records or identification, possessing an instrument of crime, and providing false identification to law enforcement. Once at the police station, police said officers discovered the man had a gun similar to the one used in Thompson's killing, as well as a silencer and fake New Jersey ID. The suspected gunman allegedly used a fake New Jersey ID when he checked into a Manhattan hostel last month. Let me see if I can show you this picture. It's from NBC New York. Let me just put a cover up. Let's see if I can. I'll just show you this picture real quick because it has the weapon in it. Let's do it like this real quick, and then I'll put that up. Okay, so there's his false ID that he used. Mm-hmm. He had several fake identification on him. This is what they're calling this ghost gun. More on this. Two senior law enforcement officials said the man in Altoona being questioned had the name Mark Rosario on his fake New Jersey ID. Three sources familiar with the matter said the suspected gunman checked into the hostel using a fake New Jersey ID with the name Mark Rosario. So right there, another match. Okay, at least that would support they've got the right suspect. Let me just hang on. Let's put this back up. That was Mayor Eric Adams and the commissioner at the press conference. Let me go on. So, Luigi Mangione, he graduated in 2016 as valedictorian from Gilman School. It's an all-boys high school in Baltimore, Maryland. So he went to private school. He went on to the University of Pennsylvania, a spokesperson confirmed, and he received a Bachelor of Science in Engineering in May of 2020, and also a Master's of Science Engineering degree. His focus was computer science and math. So, very bright. I mean, he's mathematician and computer science, master's in engineering. Police said that the 26-year-old was born and raised in Maryland. He had ties to San Francisco, and the last known address is Honolulu, Hawaii. Sorry. Kinney said that police did not have his name prior to Monday, and that Mangione had no known prior arrest in the country. Investigators said they were aware of online posts that may have been created by him about Ted Kaczynski. That's the domestic terrorist, the Unabomber. The posts on Goodreads were being scoured, including ones mentioning Kaczynski, to see if there were any clues that could be gleaned from the post, or if it would help them to find more information about him. So, again, his former classmate said he had everything going for him. Another person by the name of Freddie Leatherberry, although he hadn't spoken to him since they graduated in 2016 from high school, he said that Mangione was smart, friendly, athletic, a student person who came from a wealthy family, even by the private school's standards. So his family had means, and but that wouldn't, necessarily not make him. But He had everything going for him, he said. Quite honestly, everything. Leathersbury also said he was stunned when a friend shared the news of their former classmate. Here he is again. They're showing an updated photo. They're at the jail. He said he does not seem like the kind of guy to do this based on everything I know about him in high school. He comes from a prominent Maryland family. One of his cousins is Republican Maryland state legislator Nino Mangione. So I don't know if his office has made any comments, but again, Republican Maryland state legislator Nino. Luigi is one of 37 grandchildren of Nick Mangione Sr., according to a 2008 obituary. He grew up, or his father grew up poor in Baltimore's Little Italy and rose after his World War II naval service to become a millionaire real estate developer, philanthropist. That was according to a 1995 profile in the Baltimore Sun. He and his wife, Mary Cuba Mangione, who died in 2023, directed their philanthropy through the Mangione Family Foundation. So again, they made, various donations to causes that would range from Catholic organizations to higher ed to arts. So, a prominent family he comes from. Well known. Outside of Baltimore, he had his father had 10 children and 5 sons. Worked in the family business. The Mangione family also purchased the Hayfields Country Club. And again, all of this had everything going for him. 26 years old. Let me come out before I go into anything else. What do you think about this? Looks like they got their man. I know. I had to take a sip. My Gatorade. Mimi Twin, good evening, says, wow. Oh, Vicky Black says, sounds like mob family. Just my opinion. Gia says, Jumbo, all those labor pains for nothing in my Italian accent. You would go into complete denial as a mother? Luigi. What motivated him? Was someone else part of this plan? Or did he do this all on his own? It certainly seemed personally motivated in the writings, like against corporations. I wonder what other, if he had them, grudges. I mean, look, 26 years old, masters in engineering, science, and he would turn out like this from all that wealth. It was certainly calculated. Oh, for sure. Mimi Twin says, I can see a movie being made about this in the future. It has it all written all over it. For sure. No prior red flags. What triggered? Yeah. Mom passed recently. Yeah. Oh, you're interested, Junebug says, in hearing the family's statement. Right now, they're in shock. Oh, Gia says, my youngest son is 26. I could never believe any of my children would ever do that. I'd definitely be in denial. I mean, a very interesting past, even at that age. But nothing in his past so far would say he was the valedictorian. He gave the, the class address. He was well liked. He's smart. There will be a lot said about this person. And now, what about, there's all kinds of theories going on. What about his estranged wife, Paulette? She had lived, he bought her a home, Brian Thompson, and her home was, within a mile of his house because, to be close to his sons. Some are saying, could there be something there? How would Luigi know that, location? Plus, he usually traveled with security. He didn't have security with him. I'm talking about Brian Thompson that morning. So where were they? Why? Let's see what was in this document. Expert reads from the document found on suspect Luigi. Let me see if I can get a hold of that without playing it. Oh, all right. So Rolling Stone is reporting. Let's see. Altoona police recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. Tisch added. Let's see. It appears that the manifesto suggests Mangione has some ill will toward corporate America. Kinney added that the manifesto was a handwritten 3-page document and that the complete details were not yet available. We don't think there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in the document. One law enforcement official who had seen the document recalled to CNN that the suspect wrote, "These parasites had it coming. And I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done." That was according to a law enforcement official who spoke to the New York Times. The document criticized healthcare companies for putting profit above care for patients. Now I wonder, let's see, how old were I don't want to make a mistake, but did I read it was his? Let me go back up here. So I know his grandparents are passed. They don't say how old his grandparents were. I wonder, would that have anything? Was there like someone close to him? That caused him to feel this way about the healthcare industry and insurance industry. Vicky Black says something don't smell right. Yes. Mimi Twin says, I wonder if this would be a retaliation due to a health issue of a family member. That's what I was just thinking about. Who might have passed away or something like a John Q type of thing. That's what I was, kind of trying to see if there was any information on, um, his grandparents' death. Anything like that. Or someone, another relative close to him. He is. Gia says, wow, he's taking one for the nation. So it appears. He's not wrong about that. There are so many. I have some idea, but people really feel strongly about how they've been wronged by the, health insurance industry, and how the health insurance industry are making billions of dollars. UnitedHealthcare profits, they made billions of dollars last year. And you go into a doctor's office or you go into the hospital, they don't tell you exactly what it's going to cost. No, you have to, wait until your healthcare provider sends you the bill and you pay, a certain amount. And then whatever isn't covered, then you're stuck with the bill, and you'll get that from the hospital or your, doctor's office. So a lot of people do complain, about the cost of healthcare and what procedures are covered and not covered, and being denied. That's true. Also, being penalized for some healthcare coverage for going to the hospital, and when they review it, if it's not deemed to be an emergency, they might deny it. In other words, you should have gone to, let's say, an urgent care instead of, showing up at the ER. Yeah. But then someone who is ill, they don't know to what extent. You can't expect a patient to, self-diagnose. But a lot of people are penalized. Yeah. By those who, look at the claim and make the decision on the claim. Oh, wait a minute. Mimi Twin, you must have looked something up. Let me put it up here. Says his mother passed in 2023. I wonder what was the cause, and if he feels, yes, as though the health system could have done more for her. So his mother, she had to be, I would say, young? Now, I tried to confirm it again. Let me see if I can do one more thing. It was his grandmother. Grandmother. So I thought let's see, they've blocked off. So, according to reports, Baltimore County police officers blocked off an entrance to Hayfields Country Club, which is a property linked to Luigi Mangioni's parents following his arrest. And so the action was part of the ongoing investigation. So the property blocked off the entrance to the country club. Yeah. So I just imagine there will be so many people who are already descending upon that town or city. Yeah. Oh, Gia says, yeah, Teddy. They lie and cheat us, and they don't care. Time to wake up. I don't know what the cause of her passing, and I don't know. I just tried to look up the age of his grandmother. They didn't say. But, well, what do they have? 37 grandchildren? So, let's see. Like 2 generations. So, I would certainly think that they'd probably be, you know, at least maybe in their 70s, maybe. I don't know. They could have been younger. Because Italian families, I don't know. Could have been something. Yeah. Could be something there. Hey, Makeup Diva and Curl says, hey, Teddy. And chat, you're in the bushes, away for work. Yeah. Well, there will be a lot to be said about this individual. They will be questioning him. He hasn't pled to anything, and there's probably a lot more to this story. Maybe more than just, the motive of healthcare. There might be something else. But we just don't know, do we? We will follow this one for sure. Yeah. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. And just about time for me to wrap things up. You can email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com and join me tomorrow morning for Messy Mocha. Give me a moment. I'm going to check my email, and I will be right back. All right, so I'm good there with my email. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. And again, you can email me on your way out. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Share the video. But that will do it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.
You must be working way overtime. Around 5's when you always call. You must be tired standing in line, waiting for something you don't even know. Before I'll be around, and I know just what you need when things start to fall. I'll be around in the storm, 'cause the feeling is right. The feeling is right. The feeling is right with you. This morning I couldn't wake you up. Around 5's when you always sleep. I'm happy to have you for a while. I need to tell you just how I feel, yeah. And before I'll be around, and I know just what you need when things start to fall. I'll be around in the storm, 'cause the feeling is right. The feeling is right. The feeling is right with you. Strange tides, they're moving me closer, but so am I. And I'll wait till I find, 'cause the feeling is good. Yeah, the feeling is good. With you. Feeling is right.